So you got to have people to warm up the crowd, make you feel like Barack's funny, and he is funny.
Yeah.
You remember when he was gonna send Predator Jones to kill the Jonas Brothers?
No. What?
Wait, you don't remember that?
What are you talking about?
Obama.
Was Hillary funny? Did she say anything good?
He said Pokemon go to the polls. Does Australia have DNC like events?
What's the do not come events? Every day in this guy's bloody bedroom.
only for the ladies. That's a lie.
No, we don't. The DNC is kind of unique in that, well, like
do we have like a Labor?
Like the Labor Party and the Liberal Party, they do have like party conferences, but they're not really as big because like the primaries that you guys do is very unique. We don't have a primary system, and as I understand,
the party decides who the
exactly. As I understand it, the DNC is meant to. Sorry, I've got shit in my mouth. As I understand it, the DNC is like the culmination where all the delegates come, and they're meant to then vote for the person to be the candidate, or like finalizes it. We don't have that.
No,
like it all
also
gets
the
sorted out.
Like less important as well in Australia. Like the candidate might be like, I mean, Australia's slowly getting like presidentialized like America, in that like people care more about these individual personalities. But I think,
oh shit,
what the fuck? 25 tier 1 subs, strip club breakfast buffet. Lucas.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
I gotta unenroll.
Yep, I'll unenroll. I'll be here.
That is insane.
Shit.
Holy gabagool. Say goodbye to uni.
Rip raw degree.
Promises were made.
Did we figure out how
much? Lamau.
Did we figure out how much it costs as well? It was like
they did 25, which is even more.
It's like $120 or something like that.
That's going straight to you. You're getting $200 to drop out.
Someone said earlier, do they do
drop out on screen? Yeah, let's screen share your.
I'll call up the uni.
I got. You don't understand. I got 25 gifted subs.
Someone asked earlier, do we have a primary system for like the individual MPs as well? No, that's also done like internally by the local party branches. And again, as I understand it, like the primaries are open to registered Democrats, registered Republicans.
So you can just do that whenever you want.
You don't have to.
Can you register as both at the same time?
You don't have to pay money to be a registered.
Ring the god
Democrat.
Fuck this. Yeah, let's get rid of it for the next time. It doesn't exist anymore. Can you tell my boyfriend's mum to let me use her Amazon Prime to sub? Tell my boyfriend's mum. Okay. Scrambled eggs' boyfriend's mum. You've been hogging that Amazon account for way too long. You're using it to buy
boyfriend's mum.
Buy things you don't need.
Is the boyfriend's mum watching?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let her use your Amazon Prime. What are you using it for?
Maybe she's already used. Maybe the boyfriend's mum, if she's watching, she's used the Amazon Prime to sub herself.
Oh,
so then we can't help you.
Okay, but I don't think so. I think her boyfriend's mum is watching stupid shows on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
and it's just like, use it to watch this.
Use it to watch an even stupider show.
This is much better. What do they have on Amazon Prime?
There's the Grey Men, the Grey Zone, or maybe that was Apple
the
TV.
Intercept.
No, yeah. Maybe that was Apple TV actually.
Oh, okay. Amazon Prime subs on Twitch are free. Exactly. Let her use it, dude. If you're not using it for anything, or you actually forget about this. How about your boyfriend's mum subscribes to us? That's so much better.
That's better. We need an older demographic. You guys are all too young.
I love Tiny Little Grey Men. What is that show? Are you actually referencing anything?
Yeah. There was a show that was being advertised. It was on George Street. There's a big poster. Called like The Grey or something like that. The Grey Area or something.
She Twitch Prime to XQC.
But I think it was Apple TV now that I think about it.
Yeah. Oh my god, so many goddamn subs.
Should we go look at some news?
Yeah, okay.
I've run out of small talk.
We got the DNC, but we don't really care, right?
Yes.
I don't know. What are we going to do about it? There's protests, as there should be. Police are being heavy-handed. Yep.
Cops doing what cops do.
Yeah. There were some funny clips though, because you linked me Biden. Biden's been on fire.
Yeah.
He stepped down, and as soon as he did, he suddenly regained all his like pre-dementia.
I saw people saying that like maybe just now that the anxiety is gone, he's feeling better. He was just an anxious boy. That's why he couldn't speak. He was having a panic attack,
and he was anxious.
He's a scared little bean.
Oh, poor little
small little bean.
President. He's on fire, and I don't see. Okay, let's watch him being on fire first. He's a jokester. He's got riz. Crazy.
Her story represents the best American story.
Well, let's go back to this. Here we go. Check him out. He's on fire. He's doing great.
Her story represents the best American story. And like many of our best presidents, she was also vice president.
Perfect.
And the pause.
Perfect delivery.
The pause and the smile.
Perfect.
He is smashing it.
And
he was also my president.
It's funny. This clip reminded me of other cool things he said. Like I remember being very impressed when he first became president. They were talking about like the quitting economy or this like quiet quitting, and he was like, people are saying that they can't keep workers. Pay them more.
Yeah, that's
and I was
right.
like, wow, what a cool, that was well delivered. That was a powerful thing. He looks cool.
Yeah.
And like he does do that sometimes.
Well,
but someone said, why couldn't he be like this as he was like actual president? He's still shit.
No, he sucks.
Even though he can deliver a cool line every now and then, he still fucking sucks.
I think he was on fire in this other one as well. It's pretty nuts. I mean, it's all like really hawkish foreign policy stuff, but he presents it like all the hawks of history, instead of a guy with dementia.
I didn't see this one.
Yes, he's on fire. He's saying horrible stuff, but he's on fire.
We united Europe like it hadn't been united for years, adding Finland and Sweden to NATO. 10 days before he died, Henry Kissinger called and said, not since Napoleon has Europe not looked over their shoulder at Russia with dread until now. Until now.
What?
I love that.
Wait, hang on.
Not since Napoleon has Europe not looked over the shoulder. So like,
but Napoleon famously lost.
Lost in Russia.
He lost in Russia.
Yeah.
He famously lost. So he was stupid.
For a little while, they weren't scared of Russia.
They went in and they all fucking died on the way back. They got destroyed.
I think he's funny.
And before that, Napoleon was unstoppable. Yep. He was going crazy. He could do everything. He was beating all the Europeans and everything.
And Napoleon was short. That's also true. Why would he reference a short guy? Yeah, so it's saying. But it's funny that he left out like the trajectory of the next famous case of like invading Russia.
The Nazis.
It's like let's skip that. We'll go Napoleon and then Kissinger.
So
they're both fucked.
Is he suggesting that Hitler was afraid of invading Russia?
Yeah.
Because Napoleon, he should have been afraid, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
So not since then. Hitler
so what happened?
Was afraid. He did it anyway.
Yeah.
He got over his fears and he went through with it.
Oh.
Well, guess what? Putin thought he'd take Kyiv in 3 days. 3 years later, Ukraine is still free.
I mean, that's pretty fucking inspiring. Like, it's just weird that he can deliver stuff so well.
Haven't they like lost a bunch of territory, also postponed elections?
Yeah.
And like,
well, they're not free in like a sense of a democracy.
Yes.
But free means like still under the control of the US.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's cool. Like, the thing is, that's what these people want.
Yeah.
And he's delivering it. Like, when he's coherent, he does say the talking points that like the Democratic establishment is into, and he says them well.
It is so, I'm sure you guys have talked about it. Everyone knows it, but just like the glad handing, patting on the back, cheering about what a success Ukraine is, and just like, we're doing it, they're free, everything's going according to plan, and you actually look at what's going on in Ukraine right now and how much fucking Ukraine is suffering and being destroyed. and how shit it is to be there right now. It's like, job well done, everyone.
Yeah, good work.
We did it. This is exactly what we wanted to do.
And also, in order to have this like stalemate, which I guess that he's proud of, this kind of like constant grinding war of attrition, they had to like scuttle all potential peace talks. Anything that would have ended the war, they had to end. The US had to intervene. So it's just like, it's a weird victory. It's just like more Ukrainians and Russians in the meat grinder.
Yeah. Anything? Do you have any positive news?
Well, the thing is, Biden might be on fire, but it also could be because everyone else at the DNC is fucked.
Yeah.
This woman, I
haven't seen any other clips.
If you saw this lady,
That,
has anyone seen it?
who is that?
I don't know. She's like a New York.
Who is that, everyone?
Representative in New York or something. I don't know. She is amazing. She is so funny. She's
That's Waltz.
Yeah, that's Waltz. And that is a woman.
Is that what they look like?
That's Kamala, governor of New York governor. Okay,
That's not
New York
Cuomo anymore? Cuomo's no longer governor. That was ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably. He's a stop and kiss guy.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Stop and kiss.
That's my governor. She fucking sucks, but she's really funny. She has her like comedic timing done perfectly. It's just that the jokes suck a little bit.
Donald Trump was born a New Yorker, but
Donald Trump was born a New Yorker. That was really bad delivery.
No, but it gets worse. Are there subtitles to this? No. Donald Trump was born in New Yorker. Yeah, she pauses a lot.
Donald Trump was born a New Yorker.
She's really channeling like the long New York tradition of stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
you know? She's got a Jerry Seinfeld going.
was born a New Yorker, but ended up a fraud, a philanderer, and a felon. He wasn't raised with the New York values that I know. He never had to worry about childcare costs or groceries or rent. He never had to worry about anything or anyone but himself. Donald Trump was born
anything or anyone but himself.
By himself. Why is all of the words flowing into the other? Why is she like this?
It's called comedy. Is she drunk?
She does sound
what
drunk.
have they done with Kamala? Because remember there was a period where she was so high all the time. What was that?
Oh, I think
was that just a Republican
to deal
myth?
with like the anxiety, the like malaise of being vice president.
Yeah,
she was on Xannies.
Yeah, and now that she's
up. So
yeah,
she's like partying. It's going good.
Yeah.
Are there any clips of her speaking?
They took Kamala's hands away.
But they didn't take them away. She doesn't need them anymore. She's no longer depressed.
She decided not to use them.
a fraud, a philanderer, and a felon.
Looks to the side, nods.
Yeah.
Kamala hasn't spoken.
Didn't speak yet.
Wasn't Hillary
apparently
speaking?
the Obamas are headlining today.
So it is a stand-up event.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So you got to have people to warm up the crowd, make you feel like Barack's funny, and he is funny.
Yeah.
You remember when he was gonna send Predator Jones to kill the Jonas Brothers?
No. What?
Wait, you don't remember that?
What are you talking about?
Obama
was Hillary funny? Did she say anything good?
He said Pokemon go to the polls. Oh, wait. There is just a YouTube video. I mean, it's kind of funny, apart from when you think of the actual context of like this guy.
He's actually killing people.
Well, yeah, he's killing more people with drones than anyone ever had at the time. You know, he was the drone murdering man. And like the fact that it's so sanitized in the American like psyche that you can make these jokes as the head of state is insane.
The Jonas Brothers are here. They're out there somewhere. Sasha and Malia are huge fans. But boys don't get any ideas.
Aren't they?
I have two words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
That's not even funny.
Yeah. But also because he's just like, don't be too attractive to my daughters.
Aren't they also, when he was president, weren't his daughters like under 16 years old?
Yeah, and
they were like
probably
really
so
young,
were the Jonas Brothers.
No.
Jonas Brothers started was
No,
Disney
they're
Kids.
They're like 30 now, though.
Okay, when was this? 2010.
Oh, the Predator part. No, he's not doing that.
Wait, what?
Predator drones. That Jonas Brothers are being predators for hitting on his daughters.
No,
he
I
wasn't
think they
making
were
that
young.
joke. But very good, railway terrorist. That's very good.
How old? 2010.
Great. Look
I
up when
don't want to do
bored and
maths.
figure
I don't
it
want to do
out. Go to
maths.
fucking Nick Jonas. Is he one of them?
Nick Jonas.
92.
Okay, it's 2010. He was 18.
Yes.
But he might have been the oldest. Or they're not twins, are they? 87. He was a predator. I mean, okay. Okay, so Nick Jonas was the
Joe
youngest.
Jonas. If your last name is Jonas, do not name your kid Joe.
Joe Jonas.
No.
What about Jojo Siwa?
Who's that?
Nicola Jonaski. Wait, no, that's not. Wait, where did that come from? That's not their names. I got excited. You bastards. I got really excited about that. Okay. So they were all of age. How old? What are Barack's
in
kids
chat,
called?
they were saying they were like 11 and 13 or something
Okay.
like that.
Well, no, yeah. Well, I guess that's a fair warning then.
Don't
molest.
Hey, Jonas Brothers, don't molest my daughters.
Yeah. All right, we'll murder you.
Otherwise, I'll drone strike you. It is now funny.
Fair.
Now I'm
Yeah,
able to
okay.
laugh about
Okay.
it. He should have delivered it like that and it would have been funny.
Pop stars are always looking
Let
for.
me be clear. Let me be clear. Don't molest my daughters. That's really bad. Sorry, everyone. That was really
You sound
bad.
like
I got
Elvis.
excited.
Pop stars always looking. He never stopped looking for ways to molest my daughters. And neither do we.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. See, I can do Obama if I first say, I love you back.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can say that line, and then sometimes I can get into a flow.
Oh my god.
Well, let me be clear. Oh, that was bad.
I don't know. We're gonna let me be queer.
Okay. Don't do American accent. Don't tell me what to do, Telly Terror.
I'm gonna do American accents for the rest of the stream. So we're here. I hate this. This is the fucking worst news. You guys are fucked. This is fine in Australia, right? Like people still put in non-compete clauses, but they're illegal.
Recently got made illegal, I think. Very recent. Like
Beautiful.
this year.
Oh. Can you see your ADHD type?
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, same. It didn't work. Anyway, this is disgusting. This is so fucking crazy. So US judge strikes down Biden administration ban on worker non-compete agreements. So Biden's obviously done a lot of fucked stuff in his presidency. He tends to every now and then like do some all right, like workers' rights stuff. Just like marginally better than the Republicans. But then it's so funny because like the US is structured in such a way that you can have these like super right-wing states that are just going to like veto any progressive policy. Just so nuts. So anyway, the kind of non-compete rules that they're trying to overthrow. The Biden administration is trying to rule out is like a company's ability to hire you and then put into your contract after you work with us, you can't work for any competitors.
They're really common though.
Yeah.
They're really common. When I used
they
used to read over contracts, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they were everywhere. But in Australia, there was always a bit of a question of like they put it in the contract, but how much will the legal system actually uphold this?
Yeah.
Because you'd get ones which would say like you cannot work for a rival company for 12 months.
Yeah.
In light of that being found unlawful, you can't work for a rival company for 6 months. In light of that being found unlawful, then you can't work for a company for 3 months. So they'll just put in all these things, knowing that some of them won't apply.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is in America, whether or not that's a legitimate term to have in your fucking contract.
I don't know how the law works, but like I've heard little examples of like, let's say a guy signing a contract saying, you are allowed to eat my finger. I'll chop it off and you can eat it.
Yep.
And then they still get criminal charges. It doesn't matter if the contract is unlawful, it doesn't matter if you signed it or not. Yeah. Because you can't fucking eat someone's finger. You can't agree to someone eating your finger.
Yeah, they still put it in the contract. And the problem is a lot of, again, I don't know about whether it's lawful. This is a lawful term in the US. It probably is, considering a judge has upheld it. But like in Australia, a lot of people don't get legal advice on
No.
their contract. They read the term, or the boss will tell them afterwards, okay, this means you can't work for someone for a while, and they do it.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
if it's
you
not
need a job.
lawful, even if it no, but they
You
can't
have to
get a
survive.
job.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You can't survive. So it's like,
But
you're
people-
going to sign up to any of this shit.
No, but the thing is, you sign it, and then once you finish, then the
Then you find
employer
out.
tells you this,
Yeah.
and people still listen to it sometimes because they're terrified of being sued.
Yeah, and they don't know their fucking rights.
So it's like, yeah,
But the difference now is that people do have the right to say you can't work for anyone
Yeah.
else, which is absolutely insane because this employer is paying you for temporarily for a section of your time each day to do this job. You're now highly skilled in this job, and for some reason, that temporary payment just buys you out for life. Absolutely nuts. That like you have these skills now, but you can only apply them to one company.
Yeah.
That's just being fucking indentured servant. Like that's insane.
yeah, I'd be really interested to know whether or not there was a specific contract here in which
that they
they
were
said
looking
it is
over.
allowed, because again, there's like such wide variety of the terms that they do. They will do sometimes. You cannot work in entertainments for 12 months afterwards, and other times, at least in Australia, they're really precise.
Like
they're like
they
a
list the
direct
competitors.
competitor
Yeah.
who is competing on the same clients, but it's still fucked to do. Like, why can you put this term that exists afterwards?
Yeah. Oh, it's so fucked up.
Where was it? Where?
In Texas.
Texas, of course it was.
Yeah, it's so fucked up. About 30 million people, or 20% of US workers, have signed non-competes,
Wow.
according to the FTC.
And it's also, it's like,
imagine 20% of people just somehow, or like obviously they're desperate enough to sign their life away to one company.
yeah,
Just being like, so let's say you work for Apple, and you know a lot about phones and marketing phones.
yeah.
And then one day they're like, oh, we're going to pay you a fifth of what you made
Yeah.
before. And you're like, well, I want to go to a different company. We're like, well, you can't. You either do this for less money or you go work at McDonald's. Like,
The thing is as well, like, you can get fired so easily in America, and there's no recourse.
yeah.
Because like, you get fired, and then you can't go use your skills you learned to go
You're
get
just
another job.
Locked out from an industry. Oh my God.
Yeah, so no, look, Meta Trousers, you've made this point about poaching. Yeah, that's what it is meant to be about. And far be it for me to ever make excuses
wrong
for
with poaching?
for me to make excuses for employers. You can see sometimes if there's a startup and then they want to say you can't go join another one using our information and skills that we taught you. You're kind of like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. They put it on everything.
Yeah.
They put
And
it on
it's- and
absolutely everything now in all jobs.
And like the kind of companies that will be able to act on this and actually sue people based on these agreements are going to be massive companies.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I saw one journo who worked for some gardening magazine or like house magazine, writing just like paid advertising, looked like articles, and they were told they weren't allowed to work in any media or entertainment for 12 months. That's what the clause said.
That is
So
fucking
it's
crazy.
ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Again, it's probably in Australia. It's probably not legally enforceable. They do it anyway just to scare people.
But also, are you a capitalist or not? It's just like
Exactly, it's
just like-
anti-competitive.
yeah, exactly. You should be able to poach people.
Yeah.
That's the company with the most money. That's the most competitive. Will also be able to get bigger and bigger because it's like
Yeah, and also like it pushes wages up is the
Yeah.
idea. It's like because this person will go elsewhere if their skills can be bought at a higher price.
Yeah.
And this is completely anti-competitive to do, which
Yeah.
is why I think the FTC is getting involved in it. So essentially the Texas court is saying, no, free market doesn't exist.
yeah,
We're not
that's
doing
the wildest thing.
laissez-faire
It's like
anymore. That's all stupid.
these right wingers pretend that they're pro capitalism, but really what they are just like weird cronies. Like they just like to uphold big business, regardless of yeah. It's so stupid. I'll match a sign being boys, 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 boys. Yeah. It cuts off one of the last channels workers have when trying to increase their standard of living. 100%. If you can only ever negotiate with one company that can dictate what you want, what your work is worth, and say, how the fuck do you go on strike? How do you do anything? Like, if you can't get back to the same company.
Yeah. I think I might have been, Everyone's saying that I'm wrong about them getting rid of non-compete clauses in Australia. I think there was talk about doing it.
Oh, they
No,
didn't
they
get
got
rid
rid
of
of pay secrecy. That's what they did.
Ah,
They said
so
it's
we
now
still have
illegal to do
non-compete.
Yeah, you can still do non-compete. They got rid of pay secrecy. Good on Labor. Good on them. Friends of workers everywhere. jump off a bridge.
Oh my God. Okay,
It'll
so
be
we
interesting
don't have this. So Biden was being more progressive than Labor.
I think someone mentioned when they brought this in, there was some Labor politicians saying that we're looking into it to follow suit.
Yeah, that'll be beautiful. Okay, well, nice try with the Labor laws, Biden.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with it.
Yeah. This one, I haven't even read. I found it really fucking confusing what was going on here. So essentially...
Just getting water, everybody. Don't be afraid.
I don't know if anyone can chat can inform me on what this article is. I get confused a lot of the times, even with Reuters or like any kind of media publication where they kind of just like publish what the security state sends them. So whatever like the deep state says, it kind of just serves as like a PR branch for them. And like so much so that I just don't even really know what's happening. US says secret nuclear strategy, not a response to single country or threat. So there was some kind of like secret pivot in US nuclear strategy, but it just happens randomly. It's not targeted at China or anyone. It's just like sometimes countries just do stuff for no reason.
Was there like a pivot?
Yeah, so wait. A classified nuclear strategic plan approved by President Joe Biden this year is not a response to it's classified, so we don't know. There's a new nuclear strategic plan. And we don't know what it is, but it has nothing to do with anything.
I love it when the security apparatuses do this stuff. Like it happened recently again in Australia where ASIO came out and said, you know, there's been some spying operations happening. There's been 4 or 5 countries spying. Some of them will surprise you.
That's it.
Some of them, they're surprising.
and then journalists just grab it. They're like, okay, yes, sir, this is the news.
This is nothing.
Well, that literally happened today where everyone was I didn't even put it up anymore, like, because I just find it so infuriating when they're just like, oh, the Democrats and the Republicans are hit by Iranian hackers. And I'm just like, bro, this is literally just the fucking CIA or whoever it is, in US intelligence briefing journalists on what the story should be for the day. And it's just like, I don't give a shit about this. This is stupid. Anyway.
So apparently it hasn't changed.
Okay. Strategy and posture remain the same as described in the administration's 2022 nuclear posture review, and there have been no reorientation away from Russia and towards China.